As a student from a post-Soviet Union country, I used to study the Cold War every 2 years, ever since I was 12. Back then it was just another topic that needed to be covered in the subject of history. But looking at it back now, those years ago, my teacher once said something that really resonated with me till this day. Technology is power, and those who have it will lead a war that is not fought by guns. And although the Cold War has ended officially over 35 years ago, technological advancements still determine who is on the top of the political food chain. Today, I want to talk to you about how, when in good hands, technology can help those who have been wronged. I want to tell you the story of non-profit organizations that use the technology to help and prove human rights violations around the world. The technological advancements that we have witnessed in past decades increase the accessibility of human rights activists to disseminate information about human rights abuses. And thanks to social media, those same activists are able to share information and raise awareness about these cases. Online platforms can be used to reach a wider audience and engage more people in human rights advocacy efforts. For example, online petitions and social media campaigns can be used to raise awareness and mobilize and support for human rights causes. It can help hold human rights abusers accountable for their actions. For example, mobile footage of police brutality can be used as evidence in court cases. Technologies such as 3D modeling, data analysis, and satellite imagery can be used to help and investigate human rights abuses in ambiguous cases or cases where it would be otherwise too dangerous to go to. Using this extensive technology, human rights activists and NGOs are then able to make appeals to the wider public and demand action against those violations. However, there is a whole world of what we cannot see behind the work of human rights NGOs. If any of you watched the series Bones, as I did when I was a kid, you probably have an idea of what 3D modeling is in terms of forensic data. To put it simply, 3D modeling creates a digital representation of a real space, such as recreating buildings, objects, human locations in the environment. In combination with photogrammetry, which is the process of creating accurate measurements and 3D models of physical objects using photographs and videos, they are capable to create an almost identical condition to real life. In collaboration with experts such as ballistic experts, they can run simulations and explain things that happen under the conditions where human rights abuses occur. For example, in an investigation into the Israeli military bombing of a building in Gaza in 2014, 3D modeling was used to recreate the building and surrounding area to provide a more accurate understanding of the sequence of events leading up to the bombing, and to challenge the official narrative put forth by the Israeli forces. This technology allows them to create interactive simulations that allows viewers to explore reconstructed environments and examine evidence from different perspectives. The simulations can help to contextualize events, identify patterns or anomalies in the data, and to make the evidence more accessible to a much wider audience. Data analysis uses statistical methods to document human rights abuses and provide evidence to support advocacy and accountability efforts. It helps to collaborate with human rights organizations, academic institutions, or international bodies to conduct a rigorous and objective research on human rights violations. including genocide, war crimes, or crimes against humanity. The work of these organizations brings attention to human rights abuses and advocates for justice and accountability for victims and survivors. All this data and a little mathematics are capable to provide this evidence. They analyze incident reports of human rights abuses, demographic data such as age or height or gender or nationality, just to identify groups that are most vulnerable to human rights violations. In 2015, Human Rights Data Analyst Group worked with The Guardian US. They were investigating police killings in the United States. The analysis focused on police killings in 2015 and showed that Black Americans were killed by the police at a rate 3 times higher than white Americans. Their work revealed that the police killings were not isolated incidents, but rather part of much broader pattern of systematic racism within the law enforcement. The analysis also showed that police were more likely to use lethal forces against people who were unarmed or didn't pose an immediate threat to the police. The findings of their analysis were presented in a series of articles by The Guardian US, which helped to raise awareness of these issues of police brutality and systematic racism in the United States. The analysis also played a role in the Black Lives Matter movement and efforts to reform policing practices. Satellite technology works on the basis of collecting data which can be captured either as a photograph or by satellite sensors and then further be processed. The great thing about them is that there are whole databases of satellite data which can be accessed by human rights NGOs and then later used for further analysis. Just think about it. How many times have you used Google Maps to look at a certain area, or I don't know, maybe did some sightseeing from the comfort of your home? So when you look at the data, the pictures from now and 5 years ago, you could spot the difference, right? On the same principle, activists in collaboration with specialists can document environmental destruction, such as extensive deforestation in the world of indigenous people. They can monitor forced evictions just by seeing the damage caused to the buildings, or monitor the movement of refugees by identifying the location of the refugee camps. During the Bosnian War, satellite imagery played a critical role in documenting the genocide committed on the Bosniak civilians by the Bosnian Serb forces. The use of satellite imagery in the investigation was groundbreaking at the time, and it provided objective evidence on the scale and scope of the genocide. The evidence was used to prosecute and convict several Bosnian Serb military and political leaders for war crimes, crimes against humanity, and genocide. But that's not it. Satellite imagery also played a role in the examination and identification of the victims of the genocide. In the years following, it was used to locate and identify potential mass grave sites, which were then excavated by forensic experts to recover the remains of the victims. This technology has played a significant role in shaping our world, and as we progress, it will continue to affect our future. While technological advancements have been used to dominate and suppress others in the past, it is just thrilling to see that today, technology can be used as a tool for justice and advocacy. Nonprofit organizations have harnessed the power of technology to help improve human rights violations around the world. From online platforms for advocacy to 3D modeling, data analysis, and satellite technology, it has enabled activists to expose abuses and hold those responsible accountable. With continued efforts, technology can be used to make our world a better place, a place where human rights are respected and honored, and where justice and equity carry the day.